My name is Cami Martin. I was born in Montgomery, Alabama. My family moved to Clovis, New Mexico when I was about 4 years old, and I spent the rest of my youth and the first 10 years that I was married in Clovis, New Mexico. I met my husband while I was in high school. We married right out of high school. His family was a farm family. We had 3 kids within 5 years, and we farmed over 8,000 acres. I drove a combine over 3 months out of the year, and it was a very different life than what we have now. In our area, water became an issue, and we were into irrigated farming and started losing our wells, and so we knew we had to make a career change. I started with dental hygiene, and about halfway through dental hygiene school, I knew that I wanted to go into dental school. My dental school was done at University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio. We call it UTESCA. I was fortunate enough to be at UTESCA at the same time as my oldest daughter was in school, and I think we were the first mother and daughter combination that had ever gone through the school. So when I was a senior, my oldest daughter was a freshman in the dental school. While in dental school, I thought I would keep my options open as far as I knew I wanted to specialize, but I didn't know what field I wanted to specialize in. Orthodontics had kind of been in the family. I have an uncle who's an orthodontist, and my dad's an orthodontist. But it wasn't that brought me into orthodontics. I think it was probably going back to what meant something to me and what made me feel good, and the experience, I guess, with my son was probably the experience that kept kind of driving me that direction, where before braces he would cover his mouth, he was self-conscious, and watching him go from self-conscious to self-confident was a big thing, and it was not from the patient's eyes but from the mom's eyes, and I just wanted to be a part of that. So when a patient comes into my office, we first take radiographs and photos and look at the case thoroughly, do an intraoral exam, and once I've done the exam, then I sit down with the patient and I go over the pictures and point out to the patient everything that I see in their case that I think can be improved with orthodontics. We talk about treatment options. Sometimes one option takes longer than another. Sometimes if somebody is missing a tooth, they have an option of us closing a space or putting an implant there, and so we'll go over all the options. In the end, I usually tell the patient what treatment I recommend, but sometimes individuals have their own preference, and I think it's my responsibility to educate them as to their options and to the risks and the benefits of each, but in the end, it's the patient's decision as to which of those options they choose. When it comes to the cost of orthodontic care, I'm very aware of these costs. I had 3 teenagers that needed orthodontics, and had it not been for the fact that my dad was an orthodontist, I don't think that I could have afforded to have given them the beautiful smiles that they have. But in that, my parents lived 4 hours away from where I lived, so I made a 4-hour drive every month with my 3 kids to get their teeth taken care of. We offer a service at about 2/3 to half of what some of the other providers offer for the same service, and we offer payment plans that make it affordable to parents, even with parents with multiple children. And all of that is based on we're not targeting the upper end or the highest tier. We're targeting middle class Americans and trying to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to have a beautiful smile. All that being said, orthodontics is still expensive. But our goal is to take that expense and turn it into an investment that has value to you. Patients absolutely think sometimes that they are seeing the dentist when they come to our office, And we have to educate the patient that our job is to straighten the teeth and to work on the alignment and the function of the teeth, but their general dentist is still responsible for looking at them to make sure that everything is staying healthy in the process. So while a patient is under my care, I do recommend that they see their general dentist at least twice a year. While I'm straightening the teeth, I want to make sure that the dentist is overseeing that the teeth remain healthy. My duty as an orthodontist is to listen to my patients and give them the most beautiful smile that I can, to make sure that their teeth function together like they're supposed to, and to make sure in the end that they have something to smile about. Because after all, a smile is priceless.